All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Rems Nation. Good evening, family. Good to have you on the call to this evening. And for those that join in, it shows that you have special, serious interest in what is going on today. And of course, universe is so wonderful, God is so wonderful that you always bless your effort and your interest in what you put your heart into. And today we're about to dive into trust, trust line capital. It's full information, all the knowledge you need to sell these products. I'm going to give the floor to the BDM for which is Zylox, which is under trust lines under capital under Zilog. So, Funke, I have the floor. I'm bringing our guest for this evening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach Bobby, head of training. So, not to take our time, I'm going to bring on board Mr. Wasiu so he can introduce the MD Trustline Capital, and they can give us more information on all that we need to actually sell this product. This product has been in the market since January and it has been selling fast. So I know a couple of realtors have been asking, what is Trustline Capital all about? Is it like cashback? A lot of questions, a lot of inquiries, and that is what bettered today's product knowledge. So everything you need to learn about Trustline Capital is going to be unveiled today, and I'm going to be handing over to Mr. Wasiu to take the floor.
Hello, Mr. Wasiu. You can meet yourself, your co-host. Or Mr. Lawutamba, any of them.
Anyone.
Okay, so
anyone.
right, I think I can just go straight into it. I'm not sure. I think Mr. Vasi is going to join us later in the course of the of the session. Yeah. All right. So good evening. Nice to be here, and nice to meet everybody virtually in this meeting today. And I trust God is going to be very exciting for everyone. Thanks for the organizer, for putting this together at this time. Sorry, can we all hear me clearly? Am I being audible?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Okay, so
you just like on,
all right. So just like we put in the flyer, is going to be a knowledge sharing session. It's an avenue for people to know more about TrustLine Capital and also the product that we currently offer, which is one product that's like somebody like Taiwo mentioned the other time, or Funke mentioned the other time, is a product that's fast selling, the market right now. Okay, so I don't know, maybe I can just use let me check if I can use my headset, if that's going to be better.
Okay, sir.
So how about now? Can you hear me now?
Very well, sir.
Okay, nice. All right, so I'm going to be sharing my screen while we go through the presentation together.
All right.
So are you showing a slide? You can share a slide if you want to.
Okay.
So you have the right, you're a co-host, so you can click the share button.
Yeah, I will do that right now.
Thanks.
Okay, so I believe people.
Yeah, we are seeing your screen now. We're seeing your slide.
We're looking at the product sharing knowledge with TrustLine Capital. And essentially, we're going to be looking at TrustLine Capital and also its service offering. And then, I mean, there are so many services we actually render, but of course, we're just going to restrict it, to the benefit of people who are currently on this call, right? Okay, so
Hello,
the first
Mr.
one here
Oluwanjaba.
is talking about, hello, can you hear me?
Are you still with us?
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're on the page about TrustLine Capital Limited. So what is TrustLine all about? So we're saying that TrustLine is an asset management company. So essentially, we're into management of assets for people. Land is an asset, cash is an asset. So the management of this asset is what defines us as an asset management company, as TrustLine Capital. Today, what is the connection between TrustLine and Zelos? I know that Zelos is one name that is highly pronounced, particularly in the real estate industry. But I need to let you know that I'm able to share with you that TrustLine Capital is a fully owned subsidiary of Zelos Group International. So it's a subsidiary of Zelos Group. And then as an asset management company, we have a regulator called SEC, that's the Securities and Exchange Commission. In Nigeria today, and as everywhere else in the world, SEC, which is Securities and Exchange Commission, is the highest investment regulatory body. So just the same way we have central bank managing anything that has to do with bank. So we also have the SEC managing everything that has to do with investments, in Nigeria. And today we are licensed by SEC, as an asset management company. Now, this is one thing that actually gives investors a lot of confidence. And this one difference between TrustLine, as a company, and also the real estate cashback that a lot of people know before now as a company. So I know that before now, real estate cashback is actually known to all of us on this call. It also has its own license. It's a company licensed. It has a cooperative society license. Yes, signal lost. It has a cooperative society license, but Trustline has a capital market. Common wires and cables may be closed. It has an asset management license, from SEC, and that's one different. That is one area of difference. Today, all of us on this call, we have money in our bank. Whether you use GTB or Echo Bank or Zenith Bank, we all have money in bank. But why do we feel very confident to put our money in the bank? Why do we have to put our money in the bank and we don't even worry that, somebody is going to siphon my money?
Because of security.
Because of security. Excellent. No, that security, you can as well give me your money, I can have, bulletproof, in my house and all that. Will you still be comfortable to keep your money with me? I doubt. Right? So we are doing that not because we know people in that bank, not because we know the manager of the bank, not because we know the chairman of the bank, not because we know the director of the bank, but because you know that there is one regulator. Regulator is there to actually give confidence to the stakeholders of every organization. So just because you know that we have CBN there, and CBN they will do what they need to do, monitoring, give some level of regulation around the bank. So that's one major reason why we are very comfortable to give our money there. So the point you raised around security and all that. So CBN will have specified the minimum operating requirement for bank to operate, for anything to operate as a bank, that will give confidence to investor. So because of regulator that actually specify the mode of operation for the bank, that's why all of us, we are very comfortable to put our money in bank, whether as a commercial bank or as a microfinance bank. So the same way, the regulator SEC, they also ensure they specify the minimum operating requirement for the asset management company, like ours. So this is something that will also give confidence, to the investor. As far as bank is concerned, we talk about depositors and all that, putting money in bank. So as far as investment is concerned, like a SEC. So, I mean, we also have investors, right, that also have
I'm not
confidence to
sure.
put their money in the bank. Can you hear me? Am I still fine?
Your voice is ceasing. I want to be sure I'm the only one experiencing this. Can everybody hear him clearly? You can put your comments in the
Yes,
comment.
I think your voice is not so audible like that.
Okay,
Wow.
then.
How about now?
Yeah, better now.
Okay. So the same way we also have SEC, guiding us. They specify the minimum operating requirements. They specify how investors' money should be utilized, and all that. And then we have to comply with all of those rules and regulations. So these are the things that also give confidence to our investors, that are putting money with us. Now, point number 4, we have what we call custodian. This custodian is another layer of safety, or another layer of confidence that investors also have. Custodian means that so all the money we collect from people, they actually warehoused it passes through a custodian bank. So the SEC will have also specified. So this way, it makes SEC to have oversight function on all the money, on all the investments that we are managing. So today we use a bank called UBA Custodian, as our custodian, account. Now, in every investment, there must be what we call investment, philosophy. Right. So can I ask, and I want this to be interactive, for you to put, and I want response from everybody, for you to put money in any platform, I want to save money in this platform. So what is that point that is very key to you? I know somebody mentioned safety the other time. I think somebody mentioned safety. So apart from safety, then what other things, will be very key for you to say, okay, let me give my money to this platform? Can we mention one or two?
Return on investments.
Okay, excellent. Somebody said return on investments. Yes, excellent. Okay, ROI. What else will be key for you?
I like the postdated check that is being given is more like a collateral, and the land that is being how do I put it now? It's like with when we buy key into the buyback, there's a land. It's
Okay,
tied to a
okay,
property. The fact that it's tied to a property is more like a collateral. So that's
okay,
what
collateral. Yeah, collateral.
encourages. It's
Okay,
more like
excellent.
a
Collateral.
collateral.
Yeah, somebody mentioned collateral. Okay, excellent. Okay, I've heard return on investment. I've heard collateral. I've heard safety. So what else will also be key to anybody, to put the money in any way? What will you
You
be
get
looking
your
at?
money back as and when due.
Okay, to get the
Interest.
money, back as I went to you. Okay, I think that's also still ties to safety, that your money is safe, that the investment you're doing for 1 year, you can come back in 1 year and your money is still there. That's what I was trying to say. Then somebody mentioned interest right now, and that
Yes.
interest is also the same thing as a return on investment. That's the second person mentioned. Excellent. So now, the way SEC is thinking, SEC is also thinking all of these things. I'm talking about regulator right now. They are thinking about all of these things, that, okay, for every player that they are regulating, they know that investors, these are the things that will promote investors' sanity. The return on the money, the safety of the money, the interest, and all that. So investors, they are very, regulators are very key, about this one. And more importantly, is what they call, corporate governance, right? Corporate governance is also very key. Anywhere you're putting your money, you need to look at the board. Who are the people on that, on the board of that company, so you need to check. Then another thing is what they call, the risk management. What is the risk management? Where are the people putting the money? How are they investing the money? So this is also very key. Then regulation, people want a very secure, platform to put the money in. Now, this takes me to second question from everybody, and everybody can answer this question. Have you ever talked to anybody before now? Come and invest, maybe in a real estate cashback, and then your client is telling you that this place where you want to put my money, do they have SEC license? Has anybody encountered that before? Your client is asking if the platform has SEC license. Hello, are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm asking that. Have you ever told your clients to come and invest? And the client
So
is
people
asking
are
you.
answering in the comment section. Ifeyinwa
Okay.
said yes. Joy said yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. At least I'm having a witness, right, for my next point. So, I mean that there are some investors that, if you like, promise them 50% return. If you like, promise them 60% return. But they're very particular about that place that they're investing. Do they have SEC license? Some clients are very wary about regulation, first of all, before return on investment, because they want to be sure that they can come back in 1 year's time and their money is there. They want to be sure that they're not only just relying on what you are telling them, that they also rely on the role that a regulator plays. So that is what makes TRUSTLINE to be different, because of that regulation. Now, what brought about TRUSTLINE is because of the feedback that we're getting from people like you, from Ifeyinwa and all that, whose clients are asking that, okay, before they can put money with you, they need a platform that is SEC regulated. Now, I'm now back to point number 5, investment philosophy. So, in the rule of every investment, the first rule, it is safety of the investment you are making, because nobody wants to lose money. It is safety. Now, the second rule is earning. I mean, I'm talking right now about from the investor's perspective. As a client, as a rector, you are putting your money in one place. The first thing that money you are putting there, that other million you are putting there, that money should be safe. That is safety of the investment. Then you're not talking about any distant return on investment, ROI, which people also mentioned the other time. So these are very key. Now, point number 6, check by SEC. How does SEC do the check, on what we're doing? 2 major ways. The first one is what we call a quarterly report that was sent to SEC. Every quarter we send a report to SEC, on all our activities. The same way it is for bank. Banks also send a report, to CBN. So we also send our own report to SEC. Then, apart from that, they come to just do what they call spot check. Spot check means that SEC will just come to our office. They will not even inform you that they're coming. And because they are regulator, you cannot stop them from gaining access to your premises. You cannot stop them from gaining access to your books. They can check, they have power to check anything they want to check in your book. So putting this one in mind, it actually makes all of us as asset managers to operate with highest level of discipline, in how we manage client fund, so that we don't stand the risk of our license being withdrawn. So it is this role played by SEC, like I said the other time, that actually gives confidence to investors to put the money in a platform that is SEC regulated. Now, let's talk about products. Today, I'm happy to announce that we have both Naira products and also dollar products. Before now, under the RCB that we have been doing, that is real estate cashback, is been Naira products that we have. But in addition to Naira products, we now have dollar products that we can all sell. So meaning that for most of our clients that we have in diaspora, whether they're in the UK or US or Canada and all that, so you have a product you can also market to them. So That is the summary about about TRUSTLINE. Now I can now move to the next page. Now for this next page here, there are some faces here that you may know them, and there are some faces that maybe they may be new to you. Now, this one talks about our board of director. Like I mentioned to you the other time, that corporate governance is very key. And when we're talking about corporate governance, we're talking about people who make up our board members that are actually looking at our investments, that are actually taking oversight function on everything that we do, so that we know that we have a board that we're accountable to at all times. So it means that as we're accountable to SEC as a regulator, we are also accountable, to the board as well. So, and this is what we call corporate governance. So at the highest level of the board, is the board chairman. His name is Dr. Niyi Adesoya. I believe that a lot of us may know him because it's everywhere in the media and also in the public domain. Then we have Dr. Olatosin Olatujoye and Mrs. Bukola Olatujoye. I believe that you know all of them very well. My humble self talking to you right now, that is Olatobayodele, I'm the MD. Then we have Mr. Hafiz Adeleke, who is an executive director, of the company. Then a very known face next to Mr. Hafiz is Wasil Shonekon, the non-executive director at TRUSTLINE Capital. So, and in our board, we are also very versatile, because in setting up our board, there are two things that are very key to us. Number one, we talk about women inclusion, by bringing more women to the board. Then we also look at diversity, so that our board is not just only about Yoruba, So today on the board, we have Hausa, we have Yoruba, we have Igbo. Then we have on the board, we have a lady or a woman called Ijum. Ujum is currently the Accountant General of Abia State. She's on our board. Then we also have Issa Jamila, from Adamawa State. She's a non-executive director, and currently she serves as a director with Northeast Development Commission. Then we have Mr. Feishayo Orimogunje, also a non-exec director. Then we also have Mr. Aminu Kano, who is also a non-exec director. Moving forward, we're not talking about the management team, that is the people that are saddled with the responsibility of managing the daily affairs, the company, in terms of management team. So because of time, I will not run through them. Okay, so when we started the last time, Funke, while giving the opening remark, she made mention that we have a product that TRUSTLINE has actually launched since January, which is currently in the market and fast selling, and which is why we're on this call today, to gain more knowledge on that. So the product is called TREN, that is TRUSTLINE Real Estate Investment Notes, TREN. TRUSTLINE Real Estate Investment Notes. So the mode of operation of TRUSTLINE Real Estate Investment Notes is not materially different from the conventional RECB, that is real estate cashback, that we are familiar with. All right. Sorry, can we still hear me very well? I want to be sure that we are all pulling the same direction.
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, excellent. So what is TREN all about? We are saying that TREN is a professionally managed investment vehicle that is designed to provide investors with stable income, long-term capital preservation, and also diversified exposure to Nigeria's real estate sector. You and I believe, or we know, that real estate financing is actually a very big project. Building one project can actually cost 5 billion, depending on the type of asset or the type of product, property you are building, high rise and all of those things. But having 1 billion from one individual, can be a very tall order. However, being able to actually divide this money with as minimum as 1 million, and anybody can actually invest, in this scheme, is one way to finance a real estate, project. The recent data that's actually released is showing that we have about the housing deficit is about 4 point something million, housing deficit. So I don't know how, as in Nigeria, we are going to bridge that gap. But all of us on this call, we are helping humanity by also promoting real estate in one way or the other, whether through the sale of land or through the sale of completed property, or even through these products that were used to finance real estate. We are all working to actually promote humanity. So I think we all deserve a round of applause, to be honest. So this investment scheme is such that with as little as 1 million, anybody can actually participate, can bring in money to be able to finance a real estate project. So what we do essentially, just the same way it is under RCB, that the money that we are mobilizing is towards the investment of real estate projects. So that model has not also changed, that model has not changed, right? Even with trend, with TRUSTLINE, real estate investment notes. So this product, who do we target with this product? Number one, we target HNIs. Now I'm saying who do we target so that we know who you can be talking to. I know that all of us, we have different clients, just for you to just knowing the target audience or the target market, we just make you to understand who you need to start talking to, your contact list, and all that. So number one, we say that it targets the HNIs, that is high net worth individuals. Those are the people that can give you 500 million, 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, high net worth individuals. Most of the CEOs of top companies, right? So it targets them. Secondly, it also targets the institutional investors, or we say corporate clients. I believe that today, right now, we all belong to one mosque or to one church or the other, depending on religion. So churches, mosques, they all have money. So it's a corporate entity. So if you are very active in the church and all that, so you might just be able to just also mobilize deposit from a church, for instance, and do investment for them. You are helping them to make more money. You are also helping yourself, to also make more money, and you're also helping TRUSTLINE to also grow the AUM. We have different relationships. We have companies, we have friends who work in different companies and that. So companies can invest with us, right? MDAs, the public sector, whether the DG of one agency and all those things, so they can invest. Or the cooperative society. If you have cooperative society, where you know the people manage this, the society, you can also pitch this idea to them. These are the people we target here and there. Now, the next one is what we call PFAs, that is pension fund administrators, right? So they are also our target people, right? They are also our target people. So whether people working as Amazon or people working, so all of these companies can also invest, in these products. Then the last but not the least, we also target the retail investors. Retail investors, those that can give us like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, they are not also disqualified. So they can also invest in this notes. Now, when I was talking the other time, when I was asking us, what will make sense to you, but before you can put the money in any platform, somebody mentioned that being able to collect post-dated checks, yeah, and then also getting a form of a land as a collateral, so somebody mentioned that. So I will touch on that as far as TRUSTLINE product is concerned, right? So we have what they call investment certificates. So when an investment is booked, then you are going to get what they call investment certificates. Some other people call it investment advice, while some other people call it investment letter. So in any way, they all mean the same thing. So it is a contractual document, evidencing that you have placed your money with TRUSTLINE, and you can take it to court, around that, as long as it has not expired, right? So an investment certificate shows, it gives all the details around about a particular investment, how much money you have invested, effective from what date, what is the interest rate, what is the, if you come and pre-liquidate, what is the penalty charge, right? When is this money maturing? So it will show all of those things. So no ambiguity. It's very clear from the beginning. So meaning that from the beginning of the investment, you know when your investment is going to mature and how much money you are going to make when it matures. So that's what investment certificate does, right? In this report, I know I have a section that shows the example of it and how that's going to look like, going forward when you do investment that we sent to you. Now, let's talk about what we call product paper. Product paper. What do you mean by product paper? In finance, if you are, or in investment, if you are rolling out a product, so there must be what we call product paper that is show everything attached to that product. What stakeholders like you need to know about the product. Now, if you check what we have here, it's showing that these products, the name is called TRUSTLINE Real Estate Investment Note, like I mentioned the other time. And the issuer, the company issuing this one, it is not RCB, it is not Zelos, but it is TRUSTLINE Capital Limited. And the investor category is called fixed income. We are saying it is fixed income because you know ahead of time how much interest you are going to make at the end of the day, at the end of the investments. So no matter what happens to the economy, that your interest will not shake. That your interest will not reduce. So it is fixed. That's why we call it fixed income investment notes. Then the underlying investment asset, that is the money we are collecting, where are we investing it? So we are saying that the underlying investment asset is called, is real estate investments. Now, since it is Naira, the investment denomination is actually Nigerian Naira, not any other currency. So today, the rate for this product is 22%, and this is subject to review every quarter. Now, this is February right now. By the end of February, as we're entering March, for instance, so we're going to communicate a new rate. Hopefully, it's going to be a higher rate, actually, from our review, right? So the review will be done every quarter. So the new rates will be in circulation from March 1, and that will be communicated, everything we announced, right? Now, safety. We are saying that principal and returns, are guaranteed. That is, principal is, is secured, is safe. The money is safe, and also the return is also guaranteed. Now, minimum investment tenure is 1 year. That is the minimum anybody can invest under this note is a year, similar to what we have under real estate cashback. And the minimum investment is 1 million naira, right? So the interest is payable at maturity. That is, is payable when the investment matures, or for anything, if you want to preterminate, then the accrued interest will also be paid at that point, subject to some terms and conditions. Now, early liquidation of of investment by the investor. So even though you have done investment for 1 year, does it mean that if you need your money, you can't collect the money? Of course, you can come back and collect the money, right? Just that if you're doing that, number one, you must have given us about 72 hours notice. Number two, there must be a penalty charge of 70% of only the accrued interest. And I can explain why that is like that. Yeah, the person, the client will be suffering 70%. We charge 70% of the accrued interest. We put at 70% because number one, we know that for most times, we'll have paid rector or anybody who brings the money, upfront, you'll have paid them the commission and all that, So at least to also defray, to also reduce our loss when clients is terminating before maturity, we can only play with the interest. We can never touch client's principal. Principal is certain, is secured. I will say that termination of the investment can only be done, after 6 months. So let me now say that right now, all of us on this call right now, beyond being called a rater, we're even ready. We're even investment advisor right now, because for anybody to actually invest, there must be sorry, can you see me? No voice. Somebody say no voice. Hello, can you hear me?
You were off for a while, but you're back now.
Oh, so sorry about that. Okay. I don't know the point at which you couldn't hear me. Okay, so this is what they call the rate guide, or the rate calculator, right? The rate calculator, because number one, we understand that everybody is busy, so you're talking to a client, you don't need to be punching calculator here and there. So you've done, for different amount of money that people may want to bring. So we have done the calculator to know how much interest to be, for each of them. So similar to what you have under real estate cashback, so we have it also. Now, the second investment product we have is a dollar investment. Dollar investment. So, it has a lot of things in common with Naira, but with some differences. The first difference is that this investment is denominated in US dollar, United States dollar. And the rate for this one right now, it is 6%. It is 6%. And again, like I said the other time, rates will be reviewed every quarter. So I mean that this rate 6% is due for review, by March 1. So by March 1, a new rate is going to be communicated, to everyone. Hopefully, it's going to be higher than this. Now, the minimum investment tenure is 1 year. That is, someone can invest for for a minimum of 1 year. It can be 1 year, it can be 2 years. I've seen a lot of people that have come to us to say, okay, they want to do investment for 3 years, and that is commendable. So the minimum investment amount is $5,000. Okay, so now we also have the rate calculator also, depending on for different sizes of money that your client is bringing. So we also have how much interest, will apply. So this one is there to help us to ease our work. We don't have to be punch calculator, before our clients, right? Now, I mentioned investment certificate the other time. So this is a sample of the investment certificates, right, that we have. Now, the question is, what is the need for me? What is the need for me as a rater, right? What's the need for me? For these products, for the Naira products, the commission rate today is 4%, is 4% for direct, and also 1% for indirect. That is the commission rates we have for Naira products. Now, for dollar products, the commission rate is 1% for dollar products, while the indirect commission rate is 0.3%, right? That's what currently, have. I mean, that's the general one. That's actually the general commission that actually have on ground. But I believe that was still, I don't know if it's back on the call. Maybe it might be able to throw more lights, on that.
Hello, we can't hear you.
Hello, Pastor Bobby, what happened?
No, in fact, I think his laptop went off, so he went out. I hope he will join back soon. Can you chat
Oh,
on water and see?
okay. Because I was locked out, so I thought it was a general thing.
All right, sorry guys. I'm sure he will join back anytime soon. Okay, I think he has joined back. Let me just find his name. Mr. Taiwo. Welcome back, sir. Please unmute yourself, sir.
Okay, so yeah, thank you. I believe you can all hear me now. Sorry,
Yes,
I
sir.
got that pronounced. Okay, great. So, I mean, before I got thrown out, I was mentioning the commission part. I mentioned the commission. I don't know if we all got that part right. I said that for the Naira product, that the commission for it is 4%. Direct commission is 4%, and indirect commission is.
Why is commission pass going off? The devil's a liar. Once you get that one, people are saying it's low.
Oh my God. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically why we are here, right? So, I mean, so the network should not be misbehaving when it comes to commission.
No, it's not
Yes,
possible.
sir.
So I said the other time that for commission, right, the direct commission is 4% for the Naira products, and then 1% for indirect commission, right? And I also mentioned that for dollar products, that direct commission is 1%, and it is 0.3% for indirect commission. That is for dollar products. And I also mentioned that Mr. Wasil is on the
So you're out again. Can you hear you again, sir? Okay. Can you hear him, or is it just me?
We can't hear him. We can't.
Good evening, Madam Benita.
Good evening.
Oh, Mr. Lawson, but can you hear you again, sir? Can you check your network, sir? It's out again. Let me find him again. Mr. Taiwo.
Network is taking him out.
Funke, you want to back up for him? Funke jumped out, so. Well, you have any question, please throw it in the chat room, right? The question in the chat room. So while he comes in and round up, just answer the questions at once. Please send your question in the chat room. It's back on now.
It's back.
Yes, so I'm back online right now. So I don't know what's going on with network. It's like the network does not talk about commission.
Why?
It's like somebody has
Nice,
somebody talk.
Maybe because the commission is too small.
Exactly, man.
Oh my God.
All right, so guys, as a rounding up, drop your question in the chat room. So I'll respond to them when it finishes anytime soon. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I think that essentially is the end of the something. So at this point, I want to leave room for people to actually ask questions. I know that we've come to this place, with our minds prepared for different questions, so we are here to take it together.
So you have a question, raise your hand or I'll unmute you. Join me now. Please ask your question. Unmute yourself, please. Join.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Please
Good
go ahead.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay. So, I'm trying to. I don't know whether I joined when you explained why cashback was removed and you're not doing trust what. So, because I joined like 20 minutes late. So I need to understand what makes trust what different from the cashback, because in this case now, you stopped cashback that was on 37%. And when I joined, we're talking about second license. That's clients are asking if you have sec license. So are you saying cashback did not have sec license back then? So trust fund now has sec license. That's why it's 22%. Because I'm trying to understand why I would leave something that was higher for clients and go for 22%. Like you reduced it. If it was in dollar rate, I would understand. But it's 22% you're giving clients now for 1 year. And you had 37 before. So I need to understand why was it reduced? What makes trust what's like different from others? Okay, you explained about 72. You can remove it's possible for you to remove your money if you give them 72 hours notice. But that doesn't mean it should the percentage should be really reduced. Percentage was reduced, commission was also ridiculously reduced. So give me reasons why I should sell it. What makes it unique?
Hello,
Okay, all
good
right,
evening.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. My ID is here. Mr. Wasu.
Yes, good evening, Joy Mena. I saw your question, and honestly, if I were to be a realtor, I will ask the same question. Are you with me, please? Everyone, are you with me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Let us do a simple calculation, right? And we would realize something. At the moment, we're not saying that cashback is not good. We're not saying that the interest rates, everything that has been given is not good. But you see, when a company starts a business and you are new in the market, what is important is that what you are doing at the moment is that you don't have a lot of staff, you don't have a lot of commitment, and what you are just doing is you're just buying property and you are selling and you are making profit and all of those things. And maybe as at the time you started, the economic reality as at that time, it is different from the current economic reality. And as a company, you cannot just wake up one day and take certain drastic decision. But it is important for you to look at your business model, look at the business that you are doing, know the kind of profit that you are making over time, and be able to take decisions. Now, let us look at real estate cashback that we're doing. We're not saying it is not good, but we're saying that the cost is high for the business. And for you, for your own good, for the good of your clients, for sustainability purpose, we can no longer continue that. And I want to show you an analysis. Look at this case now. Say, for instance, in 2021, 2022, in Epe-Ibejuleke axis, it is possible to buy a property of 500,000 and then you sell it for 1.5 million, 1.2 million. You make a lot of profit and you can borrow that kind of money from somebody, pay 40%, pay 45% on it, and make profit on it. But the current economic reality has made it a little bit difficult. And while it may be possible for some projects, we have also realized that it cannot be done consistently. We're not saying that real estate cashback will not come back. Maybe when we are able to identify one or two projects that we can do and can give us that kind of project, that kind of profit, we'll bring real estate cashback back and then we'll do it at 37%. But currently, you realize that what we are doing is bungalows. We are doing a lot of bungalows construction and all of those things. You cannot get up to 70, 80% profit from those products. I want us to look at the reason why certain decisions were made, right? And follow the company in that direction. Because if you pay 37% interest to that person, if you now pay commission the total of about 11%, that's about 48%, right? That's about 48%. You pay incentive to realtor, you give incentive to client. That's about more than 50% already, right? That is, and then you are still going, you still have your staff to pay, you still have a lot of things you give, or you understand. There is a lot of cost on that. And see, we're not saying that we just want to collect your money and then not think about repayment. We're thinking of when we collect this money now, is there a place we are going to place it to make this kind of profit at the moment? If there is none, then the company should be honest enough to take a different decision. Because it's not just about collecting clients' money, it's about taking an honest decision. Now that we are going into launching some property in Ekpe and all of those things, later on we can realize that, okay, this kind of profits, this kind of project can give us like 70, 80% profit. Okay, let's do real estate cashback for some time, limited time. But the era of just doing it every month continuously has gone. We can no longer do that for the safety of your client's fund and the safety of your own, and for your own safety also. Because if you work with a company that just look at it and say, let's just be collecting the money, JB, we are not paying back now. When it is time to pay back, you're going to collect another one too to pay back. We are not doing that kind of system. At the moment, real estate cashback is not collecting money from anybody, and we are paying everyone that has maturity on the same day that their payment mature. That is integrity. That is financial liquidity, right? And that is what we need to look at. What makes TRUSTLINE Capital Limited to be different from cashback? There is a lot. TRUSTLINE Capital is regulated by SEC. In fact, there is a limit to the percentage of returns that TRUSTLINE Capital can give to the client. There is a limit to the percentage of profit that they can give out because they are regulated. This, the way a bank is regulated by CBN, that is the same way TRUSTLINE Capital is regulated by SEC. So there is no question of whether SEC is going to close the company tomorrow. There are some companies that SEC is going to just write to the public that these people, they are running a Ponzi scheme, don't invest with them. So that cannot happen to TRUSTLINE. It is a safer system. Yes, the commission is not as interesting as real estate cashback. It cannot be. They are different. It's just like the way you will go to a bank and do fixed deposit, they give you interest. They don't pay commission to anybody. But now we have been able to factor in the realtor's interest and pay commission to the realtors. May not be as attractive as before, but it is better than none. And we want to let you know that the type of clients that you were talking to before may have to be different from the kind of clients that you are talking to. Do you know that in the Nigerian economy, you will have more than 80% of the fund in the regulated environment beyond what people are putting in real estate cashback? Some people that have the bulk money, they cannot put it in real estate cashback. Not because real estate cashback is not good, but they are comfortable with collecting 20%, with collecting 18%, right? Because for them, they just want somewhere they can say, regulated by SEC, no problem. So for me, I would say that the difference between real estate cashback is in the kind of project that they invest into and their regulation. And the fact that as a realtor, you should not just look at the returns and reward. You should look at the other side. What is the security? What is the guarantee that is in this investment that I'm about to put my money into, that I'm about to advise my money into? If we care so much about that one, we know some people are doing 45%. If we care so much that some people will carry their money and put it in 45%, we would have also said, let's just go. Even with real estate cashback, we know some people are doing 45, 50%. We didn't take our rates to 45% because it is killing, because it is not sustainable. So for us, we know the direction that we are going, and we have carefully planned our strategy to make our realtors to be safe, to know that I have put 100 million of my clients with TRUSTLINE. There is no problem. I'll wake up on next year and collect my money. Some places where you put your money, you cannot sleep and open your eyes and collect your money. Everybody that has invested in real estate cashback can sleep tomorrow, wake up tomorrow, and collect their money. But if that same real estate cashback is saying that based on our analysis, based on our calculation, at the moment, we can no longer accommodate this, the economy has changed, then we all need to look at it, because it's like somebody that is going to hellfire, right? That now look at it, this road is leading to hellfire. Oh, no, 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 no. I need to quickly, change it. Somebody that is on the right way before, and now realize that if I continue to go on this way, I am going to the wrong way. No, I need to change my movement to ensure that I stay on the wrong lane. The fact that you are going to a particular destination and you are on the wrong route does not mean you have to be going straight. You have to change your road along the line. Because if you continue to go straight road, you cannot go to somebody that is going from one direct, that is going from island to mainland. You cannot say it is only the Lekki Ekpe that you will pass and you will get to mainland. You need to change direction along the line. And this is real estate cashback changing direction to ensure that we continue to be on the right channel. So for us, we are comfortable with people doing 37% and bringing the money. But it is better for everybody to, at the moment, face the temporary discomfort. But tomorrow, we will all be good. Because I know it is not comfortable for realtors to do 4% commission. I know. But I want to assure you that maybe in the next 1 month or 2 months, real estate, TRUSTLINE investment notes is not going to, the commission is not going to remain at 4%. While we are working in-house to see how we can, improve the commission rate to about 5 to 6%. But you cannot, but you cannot get 8%, you can't get 10%, all those things. You can't get it with TRUSTLINE because it is regulated and secured, right? So that is the way I will approach that question.
Thank you, sir. Well, it's like you want to fight us. Drink water, sir.
No, I'm not fighting you. I just needed to speak that way so that you understand me.
Yeah, I'm just joking, sir. So you have more questions on the call. Marita Rotos, Marita.
Pastor Bobby. Do I ask on the last question?
I don't ask question now. No, let's not fight. No time.
The way you tried. Well, I wanted to find out. He explained about SEC being Trustline being registered. It's one thing for Trustline to be registered by SEC. It's another thing for the product itself. Is the product registered by SEC?
Yes,
It's
the
the same
Because
thing.
that's
product
one of the
is
problems that could
yes.
come up with SEC if
No
that
problem.
product
The product is
is
Wise
not
approved.
questions,
registered.
man. Wise question.
It's
Yes.
Thank you very much
registered
for
with
that question.
SEC.
Yes, it is. It is.
That's a
All
wise.
right, thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for that question. That's a wise question. Thank you, man. Wise question. Also, Joy, one boys, I think. Unmute yourself. Ask a question before John Mina.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So the name is Joy Wando Basim.
Okay, sorry
And
about that. Thank you.
my question is, or rather, let me just quickly say, I appreciate what you have just done. I think it's more structured now because my fear before now is that what was happening before, the cashback is not sustainable over time. I know this was going to happen, so it's good it happened now. And my question is, looking at the contract letter, it says this percentage, and then it's subject to review, and then it's subject to review every quarter. So I'm wondering why for a tenure of 1 year, because usually what we have in place, if you're doing bond, if you're doing fixed deposit for 1 year, the rate stays. So for you to say a review, and then you're saying it can increase, but it can also reduce. Have we thought about that? So why is that so? That's why I'm puzzled. That's my question.
All right. So thank you. I think I can actually take that question, right? Number one, so when you have done investments in January, in February, right? So you're going to enjoy that rate that you have done, for the next 1 year. Whatever to review, happens along the line is not going to affect your running investments. Now, if by March, for instance, now we now do a rate review, so that rate review will now apply to only the new investment that anybody will be doing in that March. So that's what it is. So it doesn't affect what I've already locked in. What I've locked in is there already locked in for that tenure. So it will only affect the new investment. Now you're asking that what's the rationale behind this? Now, because we're in a regulated environment right now, again, everything we're doing is also tied to some macroeconomic variables. For instance, everything that happens in the economy is dictated by a meeting of CBN called MPC meeting. MPC, that is Monetary Policy Committee meeting of CBN. And this meeting comes up every quarter, and all that. So we are also mindful of a lot of all this because, like I said, it's a regulated environment, right? So, and that's why we also look at the policy direction to be sure that we are also, to a large extent also compliance, with the lending rates and all those things. So these are part of the things that also, affect, our lending rates, as an asset management company. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope that that part is understood. So to add to what he has said, what is changing is not the percentage that has been locked up for an existing transaction. It's just that the way with time, real estate cashback, we say for the month of May, the rate of return is so percentage, right? For the month of June, the rate of return is another percentage. The way it can change from 1 month to the other, that is the same way we are saying that the rate too can change for this Trustline real estate investment note, depending on what the MPC and MPR is per time. Thank you.
Okay, any more questions, guys? Quickly, into get around by straight 6:30. I'll be out of here. Joy, you still have more questions, Joy? Can I see your hand is still up? Or you're good? Joy,
Sorry, so what he's saying, because I really want to understand this, because the way it is placed on that contract letter, it's kind of, for somebody looking at it, a layman looking at it, may interpret it the way I have just said, because there needs to be, there's supposed to be more explanation on that. Because what he's saying is that if, for instance, I bring in my money by February, so if the going rate at that, I mean, by month February is 6%, that is what we hold for the whole of that tenure, which is 1 year. I understand that. So what it means is that at any point in time, every quarter they review and they know what rate is is the going rate, and any investment that come in that time will be locked in at that rate. But from what I see on that contract, it doesn't seem so. Reading it, looking at it, it does appear that every quarter we're going to review the rates.
No, it's not like that. So any rate that you have, any investment you have done right now, with any running rate. So if your investment is for 1 year, so that rate remains effective for that good 1 year. So it's possible that in the month of January, you have done 50 million, running at 22%. So from January 2026 up until January 2027, so that rate will apply, that 22% will apply. If by March, we don't do a rate review, right? So whether it goes up or it comes down, so it's that new rate that the new investment you are doing in that month of March or April or May, we also, enjoy. So it's not as if, along the line, we are going to crash your rate or no. It's not like that.
Thank you for that clarity again, sir. Anyone, any question? Jamina, you want to ask a question again? Or anyone clarity you want?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, I want to. Okay, see, I understand the fact that economy has changed, because normally I only push Zealous cashback. So, but then I want to ask now, will the tax now be removed from the client interest? And also, I also want to confirm, if the clients, normally when you do 37%, when the client is rolling over, you increase it to 40. So would there be an increase of the percentage they are giving the clients when he's rolling over? And will it also apply for the dollar rate? Because I'm more interested in the dollar than the naira. So I just want to confirm.
All right. So I think number one, if there's anything that has changed in the year 2026, particularly in the whole of Nigeria, is tax, right? It is tax. So, but it is what it is, across board. But as a company, we are also trying to be as compliant as possible when it comes to tax. So the tax we apply, withholding tax we apply only on the interest that are being earned by clients, right? So withholding tax we actually apply. So and it is statutory, right? We cannot do anything about it. It will apply. Now, second question, that's when you are trying to roll over, are you rolling over at higher rates? So if you are rolling over, right, you roll over at the rates prevailing at that point where you are rolling over. Because let's say you have done investment for 1 year right now, in the month of January 2026, and by January 2027, it matures. So if you want to roll over, you are going to roll over at any interest that is running, by that January 2027. Do you understand? So that's what it means.
Great. Thank you so much for that feedback again, sir. Any more questions, guys? You have a question, raise your hand or mute you, or you type on the chat room and you get more clarity on this. Thank you. Someone's asking, that means, is there a possibility that you will bring back the real estate cash back, or this one going to stand forever? Mr. Lawrence, someone's asking, Mr. Wasil, is there any chance that you're bringing back real estate cash back, or this is what will stay now?
Okay, so I think.
So
okay. Go ahead, Mr.
At the moment, we still do not have a yes or no answer to that. So, but with time, we are going to give a response. But for now, we don't have a yes or no, because we're also observing our project and observing the economy. But like I said, real estate cashback is operating at the level that we want it to operate at the moment. And if the economy changes and we have projects that can accommodate that better rate, and the LSA cashback may eventually come back, but it doesn't have to be at 30 cents on what the management decide with it based on our analysis and findings. Thank you.
A follow-up question also. So those that are already on that investment on LSA cashback, let's say, for example, a client is maturity date is this month now. That means you can't roll over. It ends this month. That's what you're trying to say.
They can still roll over. Those that have majority, we are telling them, we give them the option to roll over if they want to roll over. And those that want to get paid, we are paying them.
Roll over at what rate, sir?
At 40%, the existing 40%.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, it's new transaction that they cannot do.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Someone asking, can you break his investment at 6 months? The TRUSTLINE investment capital. Can I break at 6 months? I don't know what that means.
Okay, so they are asking if they can terminate their investment. Yes,
Yeah.
they can terminate their investment, but there is a condition to that. If I'm correct, they can only terminate after 7 months of the investment. And
Yeah,
I think that there is a percentage of termination on the accrued in interest.
Yes, so thank you. So you can terminate, after 6 months. And if that is going to happen, so one condition is that number one, you can only terminate after 6 months. And number two is that there be 70%, penal charge, but only on the accrued interest. 70%, penal charge, or only on the accrued interest. So meaning that it doesn't affect your principal, right? We only affect your interest. I hope that is clear.
Yes,
okay,
that's
yes,
clear.
that is that.
Jamina, you have a question to ask a question, Jamina.
Yes,
These are cashback ambassadors.
So I'm asking because you said there won't be it will be on the prevailing rate if a client is rolling over whatever he meets there. That's what that's the percentage they'll be giving to him. So now it's currently 22. Let's say client did 22, and when it was being rolled over, the percentage is like 21 or 20%. So are you saying it's going to be part of people that it will be reduced or is going to be maintained?
Okay, so at the point of rolling over, right? So we have to look at what, like I said, right? What rate is, because every rollover, I mean, to a large extent, I mean, it's treated as a new investment, right? So, and the terms and conditions that are applicable at that time, that are prevailing at that time, would also be what would be applicable, right? But we can always have conversation, around that. Do you understand? We can always have conversation around that, but the terms and conditions that are prevailing at that point will also what will apply, to an investment that is being rolled over.
Thank you for that clarity, sir. Any more questions, guys, before? And in case you join in late, don't worry. We have a recording. We'll post it in the group immediately after this section. Any more questions? We also have on the call our directors are on the call. I can see Barrister Da, Barrister Da is on the call. And Mentor was on the call before. I don't know if she's still here. Barrister Da, please, you want to say something? Want to give a remark on the talk so far? Please unmute yourself, Barrister Da, and give some remarks so far on the product knowledge section. If she can speak where she is. All right, Funke, you want to give some remarks and ask some few questions before we call it a day? So, guys, I believe that as you all know, Zelos brand itself, they have an interest of realtors and interest of clients. So I know whatever they're doing is for the best of everybody, and to make sure that there's sustainability in whatever is being done as a company and as a brand. So fear not. Madam Chizoba, you have any remarks? These are people that are buyback ambassadors. I can see them on the call, please. I believe you're all clear with everything that's been said today. So let's begin to push the buyback, push the trust line capital, push it, push it, push it. Now, I like the part where you said you should now begin to change who you market these products to. All right, begin to focus them on different people that understand investment, understand the issue of the SEC, understand how the economy is moving and working. So begin to package yourself and deliver your presentation in a very well packaged manner to HNIs and all that. So please, it's time to change the game. All right, the game is changing. You have to flow with this, flow with the flow. I have a question. Let's see in the chat room. Let's see. Okay, Emmanuel, greetings to you, Emmanuel. Thanks after the call. Okay, have any remarks before we round up?
Okay, well, I would say I know we are all used to cashback and all that, but I would like us to have an open mind. This is a very good product. It has its own market, actually. There are people that are actually looking for something like this. So if you know how to market it well, you'll be respected in the investment world. You'll be respected in the investment world. And if you look at other investments like fixed asset and all that, you know that this pays well. This is actually way better as regards the fact that your investment is secured, the interest rate is high, and you as a realtor still get commission on it. So I would just encourage us, let's support the Delos team. I'm very sure everything they are doing is for our good and for our clients' good. When real estate cashback comes back, we push it to our clients. The goal is that for our clients to be secured, for their investments to get good returns, and for everyone to be safe in the long run. So that's my closing remark.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for that. So one thing I want us to also put in mind, which is said, is the target market. The product is suitable for HNIs, the high network individuals, institutional investors, PFAs, those that understand the regulatory compliance system, and those that are into investment stuffs. Those that should be your target audience. And you should have friends right now with bankers that you can talk through and partner with them and get people to work with to want to invest. All right. So I have a question on the chat room. I think last question before we call it a day. What is the added advantage over the government bonds? Is it only the percentage above what they are receiving on ROI? I don't know if that's clear to you, Mr. Lawatomba or Mr. Wasil. What is the added advantage over government bonds? Is it only the percentage above what they are receiving on ROI?
Okay, so I think before Mr. Wasil can, if he wants to talk about, let me also mention that number one, why government bond is actually issued by government for a long tenure, because bond can be for 10 years, it can be for 20 years, it can be for 30 years, right? And there's a minimum entry requirement you must have before you can, buy bond. But with this one, without going through the hassle of having to have like a 100 million before you can invest. So with this one, with as little as 1 million, anybody can take advantage of this. That's number one. Number two, in terms of return on investment, this also offers a higher interest rate compared to the bond. That's number two. And number three, in terms of participation, you can easily participate in this one through a house like us, through TRUSTLINE Capital, on a bond that it goes through a much more rigorous process before you can actually, buy, bond directly. So And in terms of flexibility, if you need your money, right? I mean, you can also get your money, with us. So all these are a lot of flexibilities that we have, right? And that this product actually has over bond.
Thank you so very much, sir. Just to echo again, are you saying that when the client invests his money now and he wants the money back in 2 months, can get the money back? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm saying that just to confirm what you just said. Someone asked me again. I'm not too sure. That are you saying if the client invest now into the scheme and he wants the money back in 3 months' time, can he get the money back in 3 months' time?
So I say that for you to get the money back, that's number one. The minimum, the money must have stayed for a minimum of 6 months, right? In this scheme. That's why I said the other time that for every investment has a goal. So for your client to actually invest, you also need to know the investment goal, so that in that way you will know if this money is going to stay for 1 year or not. If it's not going to be the money that they come back after one month or 2 months and say they want to, they want to collect back, so that we can all be at the same page from the beginning of the investment. So you need to know your investment, your client's investment goal. So the minimum this money must have stayed with us is going to be for 6 months before we can liquidate.
Fantastic, very clear, very clear. Thank you so much for that feedback, sir. All right, guys, we're wrapping up. I'm going to share the investment pitch material right now in the chat room, so you can have it. But you can also ask on a request for it on REM's platform, to get the full details. Let me post the number again on the call so that you can get a number of the BDM for TRUSTLINE Capital. Chat out directly to give you all the information you need. But also, I'm going to share the document right now so you can have it immediately and begin to push. Many of us started pushing it and getting results, so you can't be left behind. All right. So those that have been crying that commission is small, please, you need to consider your client's money also, not only your commission. So I believe that's investment pitch, yes. So on the chat right now, I've posted the investment pitch there. You can grab it there and use it and go through it again and for your more clarity. And after this Zoom call ends, I want to post the link immediately, 5 minutes. You see the recording and watch the replay, and you're good to go. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. Thank you, Mr. Dr. Olorutoba Ayodele. Thank you, Mr. Wasiu Shulekon, for the time. I know you've been doing this back to back almost throughout the week and throughout. So far, I began this journey, but I know it's an ongoing discussion, ongoing learning. Thank you for the time, and we are up to serve you more better this year, and we are praying for better deals to come. All right. So our regards to the group MD himself, and the wife. And let's have a final remarks from our director. I don't know if they can speak right now. If I'll be able to speak. But I said that, can you speak there? Are you able to speak? I said that you're on the call. Are you able to speak there? Let's see. I think they're all busy. I think that's so. Mr. Wasi or Mr. Alawi, a final word to the director for this year. Final words to the director for the year. Maybe a word of advice or motivational, anything you want to say to us. Final words from you, sir. Mr. Alawi, I know you're meeting for the first time as a group. Are you still there? I think he's gone. So
sorry, are you talking to me?
yes, sir. I was asking your final words before calling you today. Final words from you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I think for me, I've actually enjoyed having all of you, and your questions. I never take it for granted. And it's also for us to also look for if there's anything that can also be done. From our own side. Your questions are just meant to also guide us in the way we also think about our products and also that so that we know that we're putting everybody in consideration, both the client and also the rectors, and all that. So we believe that this is going to be the beginning of better things ahead. And this is going to be the first encounter between us as TRUSTLINE, and this particular group, right? So today our meeting is virtual, but with time, I actually wish to also meet a lot of us on this call, one-on-one. And I say it'll be very engaging. I like your participation. So thank you. The money is out there. Let's see how we can change our strategy, to see how we can make all the money, right? With this product right now, particularly for those that actually trust, a SEC licensed, platform where they can put their money. So there's no excuse for them. So they can bring all the money, they can pull all the money in all the places where they have them. I can put them under TRUSTLINE Capital, which is also regulated. So thank you. And I want to be having a lot of interaction with you by way of paying your commission, by way of, giving you most of the investment results that you need to go and pitch to your clients, and all that. So thank you for this. Have a good evening. My name is Dr. Rotobayodele, the MD, TRUSTLINE Capital. Good evening, all.
Thank you so very much, sir, for the time. We appreciate you, sir, for the time. I want to say we're praying and agreeing with you that this year will be the best year for us as partners in the industry, and we wish everybody the best of this year. Barrister Dan, are you there now? Can you speak? I know it was the meeting. I know it's free for our meeting now. If not, then we can call it a day. So everybody, you have any question, please chat us in the chat room. Get the flyers, get the materials, and start pushing it and making money for yourself and for your clients. All right, see you again next week when we call another meeting again. Have a blessed evening, and thank God it's Friday. So, Sadiq, let's go and do. It's time for
Coach Bobby, thank you, sir.
Come back and see you. Call your mentor. Go and hang out. You're free, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Have
for
a
your
blessed
time,
evening,
sir.
everybody. Thank you so much.
Good
night, everyone. Good night,
sir.
Mr. Thank you so much, sir. Bye for now.
All right. Thank you all. Good night.